Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to a video today where I'm going to show you one of the best methods to stack and grind packs to get yourself promo cards. Now at the time of recording and uploading this, we have got the Path to Glory cards in packs. When the upload comes out, we might have those new cards that are based on like players at their first European competition. So it will kind of apply for both of those or whichever promos and packs at the time. So if you end up finding this video helpful, please do leave a like on it, hit the sub button to find us for more content down the line. Without further ado, let's get into the video. One of the things I get all the time is how do you have the golds in your club to do these SBCs? How do you have the cards readily available to you? Because, you know, non-rares I find are the thing that I run out of like the most quickly. That's the thing that I end up losing initially. And to get the first batch of things done, this is basically rotating between the 82 plus player picks and the exchanges that we have in the store. Now, 85 pluses for me personally, I don't do 85 pluses, but 86, 87, 88 and 89 rated SBCs are the ones that I end up doing. So if you don't know what these are, you get yourself one 86 rated player into this, you get yourself an 11 player pack, 4 of which are rare and the rest are non-rare, and they go all the way up to the 89, which for an 89 rated gold you get 51 players, 14 of which are rare. So it's quite a good return obviously on the card you're putting in. Now obviously you might not have some golds rated between 86 and 89, so the way that I find best to get these are through these 82 plus player picks or whatever player picks are out at the time. These 82 pluses I personally have found have been pretty decent, but obviously they're going to cost you 2 rares and 6 non-rares, so obviously you need to have those cards in your club in the first place. So if you don't have any golds whatsoever, especially the non-rares, I cannot recommend highly enough doing your daily bronze, your daily silver and your daily gold upgrade. So the daily bronzes cost just one bronze card, and it gives you like 11 or 12 bronze players back, and you can do 3 or 4 of those every day. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4. The silvers are the same, 1 silver and you get a bunch of silvers back. The daily golds will cost you 11 bronze cards and 11 silver cards. You get yourself a handful of bronze and silver cards back, plus 10 non-rare golds and a rare gold. So just from doing those alone, you get yourself 2 82 plus player picks off of the rares, but using the non-rares, obviously you're going to get yourself enough to do a good handful of the 82 plus player picks. So all you need in your club after doing those are just a handful of rare cards, which most people are going to have a bunch of really low non-important rare golds. That's all you need, because those daily gold packs will give you a bunch of non-rares to start off with. What I'll do real quick is I will just make a bunch of these 82 pluses very quickly, just to show you guys what you're going to kind of do once you've opened them and what you're going to get back. So just give me a second, I'll make a bunch of these and then I'll be right back. And just in case you didn't really get what I was saying, that's all you need to put in. 2 rare golds and then a bunch of non-rares. That's all you've got to put into those. Super easy, and you get yourself a player pick back. Now, while I'm making these just very quickly, as I was saying before, the thing I tend to find I run out of first are the non-rares. So I'll be entirely honest with you and say sometimes if I'm fully out of non-rares and I haven't opened my player picks, first thing I would say is open the player picks first, because all it takes is for you to get again, an 86 plus and you've got yourself another exchange pack and you can get yourself another handful of non-rares. If you're incredibly impatient, and I'll be entirely honest and say sometimes it's not that I'm impatient, it's sometimes that I forget that I've got a bunch of player picks that I can open before completing the next pack, or the next pick, I should say. It's not the end of the world if you put a couple of extra rares in. I wouldn't recommend it where possible, but if you've absolutely got to, I ain't going to hold it against you. Okay, so I've just made 5 of these for now. I had a few more non-rares and stuff in the club. I could have made a few more, but just for the sake of the video and keeping it kind of to the point, I'll open just a handful of these now and hope and pray that we get something from these that I can show you kind of the method in the video. But we start off with an 84 Luis Alberto. After that, we're going to get ourselves just 83s. That is slightly unfortunate. And then, come on, just something from this. There we go. So a Mainan. Absolutely great. That's kind of exactly what we needed to see, was just a walkout just from these so we can do something. A João Cancelo, lovely stuff. So that's 2 walkouts we've had from this now. Awesome, really good to see. And our last one, sadly nothing crazy. I'm not going to take the Alberto just because he's a dupe, but what I would say, if you've got plenty of high rated goals and stuff in your club, taking 83 plus dupes is not the end of the world. I use a lot of my 83 plus dupes to get more of the 83 plus inform picks done, because informs are still very much needed for SBCs. As our team of the seasons, you can kind of use either, but informs are much easier to obtain using stuff in your club than team of the seasons, because we don't have like just a guaranteed team of the season stuff. I do highly recommend, however, make sure you do your rivals, your squad battles and your champs where possible, because we're now getting way more guaranteed team of the season picks and team of the season foot champs rewards as well, which can all be used in that stuff as well. So even if you end up getting stinker stuff from them, they still have a use for you. So as you guys saw, obviously we got ourselves a João Cancelo and a Mainan. So what I would then go do is I'd put the João Cancelo in this 86 plus, because again, that is exactly the purpose of this. I've got myself a walkout, and now I can get myself more non-rares to make more player picks. And you can kind of be asking yourself like, but could I use that 86 in another SBC? You're absolutely welcome to. Obviously, use it in whatever's helpful. If what you needed was an 86 rated player for an SBC, go ahead and go and whack him into that. But right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pack myself some of the new promo cards, which are obviously going to be higher than 89 rated. So a lot of people, what they tend to do is if they get themselves like a 90 or a 91, they'll put them into an 89 exchange. Personally, I keep hold of those cards, and those are the cards that I then put towards like player SBCs. So let's say, for example, I wanted to complete this Luis Diaz. The only reason I'm not, I have his team of the season moments. So for me, it's not really justifiable going and doing a 7-part SBC for like a +1 on a card. But let's say I wanted to do Diaz, and let's say instead of Mainan, I packed myself like a 92 Path to Glory card. I'd keep hold of that 92, and he would go straight into one of these SBCs. Nice and high rated, makes it much easier to complete it. And then some of the like lower rated golds, this is where like the 85s come in for me, because they end up being really helpful just to fill out those lower parts of squads to complete the rating that we need to achieve. That for me is personally way more valuable than whacking them into another 89. If you are more focused on getting the picks and trying to get someone even higher than like a 92, for example, then by all means do that. For me personally, I just think that's the slightly better way of exchanging it. But with the João Cancelo and with the Mainan both sent in, we've got ourselves an 11 player and a 19 player pack. Obviously the dupe Cancelo can now go back into the club. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and open up the 11 player and the 19 player pack, just see if we get anything half decent from them. Again, the main focus from these, in all honesty, is just getting those non-rares back into the club. This is the best way to get the non-rares back in. And right here, I've got a handful of dupes. So what I'll do is Andrich would go into another player pick. Grealish for me, I would then, with an 85 dupe, go and do an Inform SBC. For me, that's way better return for value because you need 185 rated card. And I just think an Inform is more value to you than a 7-player pack. Again, that's down to personal preference. That's just how I do it. So let me go and put these dupes into what I need to put them into, and I'll be right back. I'll just show you guys as well. This is the cheapest way to do the 83 squad in the Inform SBC. 185, 4 83s, and the rest are 82. So I've put Andrich in this as well. And the cheapest way to do the 82 part SBC is 2 84s and the rest are 81s. I, however, didn't have enough 81s, so I replaced one of them with an 82, and you can sneak 2 80s in. So whichever way works for your team, that is the cheapest way to then do those. But that's got rid of our dupes, which is great. And again, doing this, I've managed to get myself 2 separate walkouts, which I could have used for SBCs, or of course I could have put into the exchanges, which I have. Plus I've got myself an Inform from this, and this Inform is going to be helpful for SBCs. Dybala, fantastic, 89 rated, super helpful for SBCs down the line. And that was just from the 11 player pack. We'll open up the 19 player pack now and see again if we can get anything decent from this. But again, the main focus of these, I don't open the exchanges expecting these to give me like the high rated stuff. I open these just to get the non-rares into the club. That is most likely going to be Orban, which is an 83. Absolutely fine with that. Again, the 2 duplicates for me are just going to go, well, actually, one of them's going to go to the trade pile, but they're just going to go into another player pick. And all of these non-rares here, so these that you can see on the screen up to there, that's another player pick done there. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another one there. So this pack alone is giving me 2 player picks just like that. And obviously from the non-rares, I've had another pack. So we've got another bunch. That for me is one of the best ways to just rinse and recycle. And if you're ever running low on stuff, in between doing bits and pieces, like I say, it's really important to get your games done as well. Get your squad battles done, get your div rivals done, get your champs done. I have been ignoring div rivals for ages. I've gone from div 1 down to div 5, and I just hadn't been paying attention to it. Now we have the new rewards for div rivals. It's so worth it. I will be getting myself back up to Div 1. If I can get into Elite as well, that'd be awesome. But it's just so worth your time getting it done because you get so many good rewards and things from that now as well. Plus, obviously, your coins from playing matches. Worst case scenario, if you need to buy a card here or there, it's not the end of the world. But that is going to be where we round up today's video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, please do leave a like on it. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload videos, with videos coming back on the channel. Check out the pillar link in the description to all of our other social media platforms where we do also upload other content and stream. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.